Yo, what up? It's your boy Talos Golem here with another video, and today is whatever day it is. It's like April 4th or 5th or something. You get lost track of time when you're having fun here. But we got one of our last deluxe EX packs to open before it inevitably comes back. Who knows? Maybe later on in the year. I do want to apologize. There's a dripping sound here. I can't really stop it. But let's go ahead and get into things. We're just gonna collect this one thing, I guess, and then we'll do. There is Community Week. We have to log in, and I don't think there's any rewards for logging in today, but it is what it is. And let's go back into Fantastical Parade. We're gonna go ahead and open up some Fantastical Parade. We got a bunch of pack hourglasses. Unfortunately, we don't have enough to open up 10 packs, which would have saved us a lot of time, but it's also a lot of time to collect the pack hourglasses. We are getting to the point where we can soon hit 2,500 pack points, and when that happens, we'll probably exchange for a protective poncho. Usually if there's two crown rares in a set, I like to go for the one that we don't have. That way it's just a safer pick, right? Because if you go for the one that you want two of, let's say you recycle and you try to get another, whatever, you could just easily get your third copy of that card en route, and you would have just wasted all that time and energy exchanging for the second copy when you were going to get a third one eventually, right? So it's hard to say when it comes to these pack exchanges. It's always best to I don't know, I don't want to say predict, but use your better judgment when you're exchanging pack points for stuff, because you really don't know, right? It's hard to really say. But believe it or not, we haven't even completed the base diamond set for this set. It's kind of crazy. We did have a lot of cards from this set, but we still don't have any. Wow. Holy cow. Are you kidding me? I was not expecting this. Not from one of the free packs. Ooh, wow. Well, I don't know what to say about this. I just did I not just say you shouldn't exchange pack points for the second one? Turns out you don't even need to exchange for the second one when you get them both in one single run. I mean, I haven't gotten to 2,500 pack hourglasses yet, and I've already seen 2 copies of that card. So it's going to be nice, having 2 copies of Crown Rare Meloetta. We can do some psychic stuff. I'm all about psychic stuff. Psychic is one of my favorite card types. It's one of my favorite Pokemon types, actually. It tends to be legendary, just like Dragon. But it is what it is. I can't believe we didn't even try. we haven't even started the video yet. We're still working on getting all right, first paid 10 packs. Let's go. Let's see if we can get something here. I can't believe that just happened. That's absolutely insane. And it does speak to the fact that we got absolutely nothing yesterday, so it all evens out. It's like even Steven, right? Yeah, but a few things I want to talk about. First of all, thank you so much for watching. I don't do this for the views. I don't do this for anyone other than just the people who are watching, and just to enjoy life, enjoy the game, have some fun. That's at the end of the day what matters, right? Having fun, because this is at the end of the day a gaming channel, and it's a gaming channel and a have fun channel first, and a collecting channel is secondary. We're here to discuss life and have a blast, and enjoying life, right? That's what this is all about. I'm actually back working. I took a couple weeks off from work, and now that I'm back, people are they're happy to see me. Some of them are grateful. They're really happy that things turned out the way they did. Obviously you'd rather not have cancer than cancer, but this is a really good cancer to get, really relatively indolent and benign. And I might not even have it. We still have to get the PET scan to see if it's still in my system. Generally speaking, it commonly is in your system, and these lymphomas, they tend to be stage 2 to 4 on presentation. So by the time you're already diagnosed, chances are it likely has spread But the good news is that this is so indolent that people don't even do anything. They're just like, just continue to monitor. I don't know if I mentioned this in my previous video, but there's like a small, like 5% chance that it could mutate, obviously, and what we call histologic transformation. Their scientific term for a specific type of transformation is called a Richard transformation. That's not the exact thing that would be happening to me if that happened, but it would be like basically a good cancer turning into a bad cancer, right? So you have to always keep a close eye on your symptoms. If you have weight loss that is sudden, or you have like, fevers, chills, we have to keep a close eye on me, right? It's like any other chronic condition. I like to think of it as like somebody made the, actually, multiple doctors have made this analogy that it's like diabetes. Like if you get diabetes, you just have to take insulin. You have to take, metformin or whatever medication to get managed for it. And yeah, unfortunately, diabetes is a very debilitating disease. In fact, a lot of doctors were saying that they would rather, like, diabetes is actually worse than what I have, which was surprising. But I guess that makes sense because, with diabetes, a lot of people have diabetes. It doesn't, it's not good or bad, that you have it or not. So many people, it's a highly prevalent disease. And as a doctor, I treat diabetics all the time. I patients with diabetes, type 1, type 2. You see it everywhere, right? I think it's important for us to know that everybody has something. If you're 100% healthy, then more power to you. I'm sure it's possible that there's someone out there that doesn't need any management of any chronic conditions. But as you get older, your limbs start to fall off. You start to get sick with more and more diagnoses, and you just have to live with taking medication for the rest of your life. And so I was born with, I guess, bad luck, you could say, right? But it's not the end of the world. Like I said before yesterday, there's a higher chance of a car accident or like a heart attack, statistically, than this type of cancer actually hurting me. It's one of the most like one of the more indolent types of cancers out there. So anyway, with that said, it's nice to be back. It's nice to come back to the game. And I mentioned living YOLO, right? You only live once. You try to enjoy your life the way you can. And I'm definitely out there having a blast. It's been a lot of fun. We're missing one card. Okay, we're missing, I think it's just the regular Swampert. Crazy that we haven't gotten it yet. After so many packs, we still haven't gotten the diamond set yet. But yeah, no, it's been overall good. I'm actually gonna look into like clinical trials if there's anything out there, because I do expect. I mean, I'm hopeful, right, that there's nothing on the PET scan, but given how lymphomas tend to spread, I wouldn't be surprised, and I do have to expect, have realistic expectations about the PET scan. There are definitely like clinical trials out there for patients with cancer. I guess technically I would be considered a cancer survivor, which is crazy to think about, right? But it's absolutely wild. But it's it is what it is. But so some doctors were telling me they, like, this was a better diagnosis than diabetes, because with diabetes comes heart attacks and strokes, and this doesn't necessarily. If anything, this would increase my risk of like other cancers in the future, which are like cancers that would actually be harmful, but not necessarily causing increased risk of like heart attack or stroke. Although cancer does make your blood more hypercoagulable, meaning that it's more likely to form clots. And so you always have to keep an eye on, like, if you have a thrombus, we call it a deep venous thrombosis, DVT, things like that, right? Or a pulmonary embolism. Those are things to watch out for anytime someone has cancer, or they are like in a plane for like hours and hours and they haven't moved. Your blood starts to pool and starts to develop clots. It's very common. Not everybody gets those. It usually is like it can be hereditary or genetic. It depends on your genes, like, because a lot of this stuff depends on like what you were born with, honestly, but also just other risk factors, like infection. COVID tends to cause a hypercoagulable state. I know I'm giving y'all a lot of information in this video. This is just stuff that I happen to know, and I've spent my entire life studying, so it's not really things that I'm like, super excited about and stuff. It's just stuff that, it's part of the job, I guess you could say. But yeah, enjoy life, because people have so many diseases out there. People are going to be born with diseases. 40% of Americans have cancer at some point in their life. And I actually looked into this, and believe it or not, your chances of dying actually double. Starting at age 25, after every 8 years, your chances of dying the next year doubles. And it's like so small at age 25, right? It's like a very small fraction, but that fraction almost doubles 8 years. So 25 plus 8 is 33. And then 41, it doubles again, right? So it's just like, it's very interesting how we think about actuary science. Actuary meaning like your risks, right? Your risk for something to happen. You can either spend your entire life looking at numbers and figures, or you can just realize that you are an individual person. Yeah, people with cancer, they tend not to live longer than other people. But if you look at the bigger picture, I'm young. I have normal cholesterol. I don't have diabetes. I don't have like high blood pressure. I'm pretty overall well controlled for the like other than this one thing. And so and there's different flavors of cancer. And I was just talking to other people about this. There's so many different flavors of cancer out there that it's important for us to be mindful that some cancers are a lot worse than others. Some people live their entire lives not even knowing that they have a disease, and by the time their life is over, nobody ever picked it up, or nobody ever bothered to do any sort of workup for it. They for all we know, they could have seen a doctor every year, and it just was never diagnosed. So I'm actually grateful that I have a diagnosis, and that I know what I have. I have Sjogren's syndrome, right? It's a very debilitating disease, and surprisingly, it goes undiagnosed in a lot of cases, and could be just as prevalent as rheumatoid arthritis. It's one of those diseases that you just happen to get. And very nice. We got a rainbow rare Mimikyu there. That's pretty good. We are still lacking in the 2-star department, as it seems. We're still looking for those 2 stars. It sounds like we don't have a problem getting crown rares or immersives, I guess you could say. But these, oh, very nice. I was not expecting a second Mimikyu EX rainbow rare. That's very good. I'm actually glad about that. I got that. I also would like to have a rainbow rare Mawile too. That would be really nice. Hitmonchan, okay, that's not bad. Hitmonchan's always a good one, and a shiny that we don't have already is also very, very good. But yeah, it sounds like we're going to be probably, I want to say we're going to be exchanging maybe like 4 more, like after today, we go tomorrow, we exchange for something, right? Crazy, we still don't have the diamonds. We don't have all the diamond cards yet. It's crazy. 22,000. Okay, so we're getting close. How many more? We have 30 more pack points. Which means tomorrow we'll be able to exchange for a protected poncho, and then after the poncho we'll run it back, I guess, and either try to get a natural crown rare, or we'll just end up trading for whatever cards we don't have. Kind of crazy that we're still missing cards from this set, but it is what it is. We're out here having fun, being patient, no doubt. Okay, very cool. Mega Gardevoir EX. I think this might be our 3rd or 4th. We actually don't have too many of these. I would like to have a 2-star version. I do prefer the 2-star version over the immersive, because the immersives believe it or not, are more common than the 2 stars. Case in point, right? Um, oh yeah, and another thing I forgot to mention, I I'm opening this pack instead of Mega Shine because a couple of reasons. First of all, we can easily get the Crown Rare for Mega Shine in like a couple of days. It's not a problem. But also, if we were to continue opening up Mega Shine and let's say we got the remaining 2 star, we're missing the Rainbow Rare Manic Trick. That's the only thing we're missing from the 2 stars. If we were to open that card, we would no longer get the Wonder Picks. I don't believe. Like you get like 24 or 48-hour Wonder Picks for the card that you're missing. So I would like to continue getting those Wonder Picks so that I can eventually get that card. And so by opening up Fantastical Parade during the interim, it buys me some time. I can, try to get that Rainbow Rare Magic Trick. I have plenty of time to do that, which is great. The only thing about the set though is we're missing. Ooh, Rainbow Rare Gigalith, very nice. We are missing a lot of the shinies, the 1 star shinies, and in fact we're missing the ones that matter. Like we're missing a second copy of Dragonair, which everybody wants. We're missing a first and second copy of Charmeleon, which everybody wants. Right now I think that's the most heavily sought after 1 star shiny. So there's a lot of things that are going on, obviously, but we're gonna try our best. Mega Mawile EX, of course, we would like to see a Rainbow Rare copy of that card, if possible. We got plenty of opportunity to pull that. Sounds like we don't have an issue with Crown Rares, but the Crown Rares are kind of the limiting factor, in my opinion, because I basically stop opening packs when I get a set of all the Crown Rares. However, right now we're in a position where we're most likely going to get all the Crown Rares before we even get all the cards in the set, which means that if we do get all the Crown Rares and 2 copies of each Crown Rare, we're going to end up trading for the cards that are missing. And this is something I want to mention about the Mega Shine set is, I mean, yes, ideally I'd like to exchange pack points for the remaining Crown Rare, but we also might need to just exchange pack points for the 1 stars. I think that it's very unlikely that we're going to get a shiny Charmeleon during our next day or two of opening up that set, which means we could either exchange pack points for the Crown Rare that on the day that we have 2,500 pack points, or we exchange for, a shiny Charmeleon, and we keep going, because the notion is that you would eventually, I mean, there's still a chance you could just get the Crown Rare, right? But the rainbow, the shiny is harder to get sometimes. It really depends, right? I mean, obviously the numbers don't lie, but each individual shiny is very hard to get. And you can see from these videos, I'm getting the Crown Rares. Like I'm averaging like 1 Crown Rare a day, which is absolutely insane. But that's going to be a wrap for today, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support. If you haven't already, subscribed to my channel, join the Discord. We're going to be doing a giveaway this summer, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.